I'm on
And
the East Coast.
East Coast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you say your name,
Uh,
Jin?
yeah, my name is Jin, and I'm from South Korea,
Okay.
and I'm a housewife. Like I
Okay.
said on the chat box, uh, I'm studying English for fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Why for fun?
why for fun?
Yeah.
Actually, you know, during the pandemic, I was stuck at home. At that time, I thought it was really good timing to study English or study something.
Okay.
So I started studying English because for about 4 years ago, I didn't speak English at all, a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit. Um,
Okay.
so when I started studying English, I thought I would, I would have, I thought I would master English if I work, if I worked on, if I worked on it.
Yeah. Okay.
But what I realized is the more I studied, um, I realized it's endless and it's
Yeah.
a lifetime commitment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Any
now I
languages.
accepted it.
Yeah.
Right,
Any
yes,
languages.
languages, right.
It's the same as learning a musical instrument.
All right,
It's a lifetime thing. You're never going to get as good as you want to be.
right. So now I accepted it, but I still my feeling still goes up and down while
Yeah.
I'm studying English. Sometimes I'm so annoyed. Sometimes, uh, sometimes I'm so annoyed. Other times, I'm happy when
Okay.
I see my progress.
Good.
But mm, but it's hard to see my progress often.
Okay. Well, there's ways of tracking that. How long have you been on Cambly? I mean, how did you learn English? From Cambly or from classes locally?
Locally, first on Cambly, since October 2020.
Okay. Yeah.
So I had used Cambly for 2 years before, but last year, maybe for about a year and 3 months,
Yeah.
I stopped using Cambly because one of my regular tutor was gone,
Oh, left
was
or
away.
was away. Okay.
Yeah. So after that, I really, I was, I had a hard time finding a good tutor who corrected me or something.
Okay.
Mostly, most tutor talked about themselves when it was a listening time. So I was so annoyed.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so I stopped using it
Okay.
and I kept studying.
Okay. Good. Good.
Um, and I thought I would improve. My English would improved even though I didn't use Cambly. But one day I had a chance to speak English and I was shocked.
Oh,
uh,
yeah. Okay.
because I didn't practice speaking for a while.
Yeah.
Um, I felt my speaking skills rusty.
We're rusty. Yeah.
Were
Good
rusty.
phrase. Yeah. Good
Yeah.
phrase.
So I decided to start Cambly again.
Good.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
Now
Well,
it's almost 3 weeks. it has been almost 3 weeks since then.
Okay. And are you happy with it
Yeah,
so far? Okay, good.
yeah. Luckily, I think I had found a few tutors.
Good.
Good.
Excellent. Good. Okay. So what is it you would like from me specifically? What do you think can help you the most?
Mm, as I think, I made a lot of mistake with the conjugation,
Okay.
like tense or something.
Okay. All right.
So when I speak English, you can leave the message or tell me what I'm wrong,
What I'm doing wrong. Okay.
what
All
I'm
right.
doing wrong, and I'm really interested in pronunciation.
All right.
So I'm working on pronunciation. So if I made the mistakes with my pronunciation,
Okay.
you can interrupt me
All right.
and
Okay. All right.
let me know.
What do you do with the other tutors? Do you do lessons? Do you do readings? What do you do?
Uh, uh, do you remember? I sent you some question list, right? So
Question.
actually, I'm a paid member for Culips podcast. Culips podcast is for Culips podcast is a podcast for English learners. So normally
Type
I
it.
live
What's the name of it? Type it. If you,
Culips. See you, Culips. Culips. This is the podcast name.
okay. I've never heard of it, but okay.
I normally listen to Culips podcast
Okay.
almost every day,
All
and
right.
I'm paid member, so I can download their transcript.
Okay.
So maybe for an hour, I always read the script,
Okay.
and while I'm reading the script, I made my own question,
Oh, all right.
and
Okay.
I offer my question to the tutor,
Mm-hmm.
and I ask them to ask them to ask me
Okay.
that question,
Okay.
and until now I'm doing like that.
All right.
But these days I feel burdensome to prepare the topic.
All right.
So I don't mind. I don't mind you. I don't mind if I follow your teaching style. So,
Okay. All right. Let me make a couple of suggestions because I think you are very motivated, which is
yeah,
good, which is really
yeah,
good. And you sound like you enjoy working on your own. Many students don't. If they don't have a set time to call in to a tutor, they just don't do anything.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you sound like you're the opposite, which is terrific. So when you say you listen to a podcast, how much of it do you understand? The first time you hear it, how much do you understand?
Maybe it depends on the topics, but normally 70%, 60 to
That's
70%.
good. All right, that's good. Once you get to about 70%, 70, 80%, it's time to push yourself a little further and
Oh,
make it a little more difficult. So you're doing well. You're doing well.
yeah.
The only thing with a podcast is it's usually one voice, maybe two if they're talking to someone, but basically it's one voice.
Yeah.
And podcasts are like speeches. The speaker is speaking slowly because they know their listeners are going to be walking to work, listening at work, on the bus, driving, they're all
Yeah.
doing something else. And so they have to speak a little bit slower so everybody can understand them. They're also speaking very clearly
Oh,
so
yeah,
that
right.
their audience understands them. How much do you watch? How many times do you watch like an American television show?
Oh, actually, I subscribed to Netflix
Okay,
before,
good. Yeah.
but what I realized is I don't like watch TV.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
I don't know why, but I can focus on the shows,
Yeah.
even if it's fun,
You
but
can't
it was not
focus.
for, yeah, I can focus.
Okay.
And I think it was not fun for me. That's
All right.
why. But,
Okay.
and when I tried to watch YouTube vlogs or something, um, I got distracted and I hate uh, get outside.
Get go
Mm.
outside.
I mean, while I'm watching some vlogs,
Yeah.
but because of our algorithm, I click on other.
Oh, okay. All right.
Uh,
Mm.
so
Okay.
normally I to improve my English, I listen to podcast
Okay.
and read English books for
Okay.
children's.
Okay. For children.
Mm.
Okay. The podcasts are okay.
Mm.
They're not terrific. They're okay.
Mm. Mm.
They're fitting your needs right now.
Mm.
But there's going to come a point where you understand it, but you're not understanding people who speak at a fast rate, and you're not going to be able to understand conversations with like two or three people at once.
Right.
Like somebody's talking, somebody's answering,
Right.
somebody else talks, somebody else
Mm.
answers, and your ears have to pick out one person from another.
Right.
That's why television is useful for that, because
Ah.
television, you can use it
Mm.
to enjoy it, or you can use it to be a tool to learn English. It's like a textbook. A textbook is a tool. A
Mm.
dictionary is a tool. Television can also be a tool
Right.
if you want to.
And
Yeah.
actually, I know I need to do all of that because when I try to watch Netflix, what I realize is I can pick up some good expression from
Yes.
with the scene.
Yes. Yeah. And
It
that's the other.
it's
Yeah.
easy to remember.
Yes.
Mm.
And you're going to pick up
Yeah.
more idioms and phrases, and it'll
Right.
feel more natural
Right.
because you know how to use it. And when other people do, you know what it means.
Mm.
When other people use those phrases, you'll be able to understand what it means.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's why I always advise listen to TV just for
Oh,
half
yeah.
an hour. Don't do it with a movie. It's too long. Just do it half an hour.
Mm.
Half an hour. That's it. Half an hour.
Mm.
And don't use subtitles. No
Oh, really?
subtitles. No Korean subtitles, no English subtitles, no subtitles. Just you and your ears.
Mm.
And try and hear what they're saying. If you don't understand it, if you can't catch it because it's too fast, stop it. Go back. Listen
Oh.
again.
Yeah.
Force your ears to work
Okay.
and try it. And the first time you do that, you may understand 40%. You may be frustrated. Don't.
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't. It's all right.
Yeah.
But if you want to track how well you're doing,
Mm.
Okay, here's the thing. Keep a notebook.
Mm.
Okay. So let's say on February 22, you listen to a television show and you listen for half an hour Every time you have to stop it, write it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time you stop it, make a mark. Count them. And maybe the first time you start, you have to stop the show 40 times. That's okay. It's okay. It gives you a place to start. Next month, on March 22nd, do the same thing. But keep listening, for the month, like every other day. Listen to another episode of the same television show, same one. Work with the same one. Get used to the voices. Get used to the phrases. Get used to the words they use. And then do the same thing April 22nd and May 22nd and count. And if you stop it 50 times today, maybe in 4 or 5 months, you're stopping it 30 times. Track how well you do.
I can see that way. I can see my progress.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, interesting.
But do it with the same program. Okay.
Oh,
A lot of students
oh.
like Friends. I don't know whether you've ever
Oh,
seen
yeah,
Friends.
yeah.
Okay. A lot of students are using that because it's an older program and the actors spoke slower. So
Yeah.
they're a little bit easier to understand. If you can't find Friends, try Parks and Recreation or 30 Rock or How I Met Your Mother. Try them. Pick one. Pick one and work with it like a textbook. Work with it and track your progress. And when you get to the point where you understand 70 to 80% of it, push it to a harder program.
Push it to harder.
Push it. Push yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Always challenge yourself.
Now, come to think of it, I'm watching Caillou. Do you know Caillou?
Caillou. No.
It's a YouTube
Oh,
children's
it's a kids
program.
program. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it okay as well?
Is it that's a French program. Is it, are you listening in French or
No.
what?
English. There's an English version.
Oh, there is. Okay. I didn't know that. I know it's a French
Actually,
book.
it's much easier than those shows.
Okay.
But I think I think it's right level for me.
Okay. All right. Do that. Listen to that until you get to the point where you understand 80%, and then it's time to push yourself to another level. Because don't forget, Caillou is meant for kids.
Yeah, right.
And the language and the words are going to be pretty elementary and pretty basic.
Right.
So that's good. If that's comfortable for you, work with it. But be aware that push yourself.
The reason why I like Caillou, I can understand the 90% or 100%. But the thing is, I can't speak when I want to use that phrase. You understand? I can't,
That's
even
why
though I
start keeping a notebook. Keep a
oh
notebook. Write them down.
yeah
If you
yeah
have phrases, write them down.
oh yeah, I am doing like that.
Good. Once a week, go through your notebook and read them and refresh your memory. Get those phrases in your head. Yes.
Yeah, I thought than brain. I think mouth is more smart. I mean, when I speak repeatedly, my mouth remember the phrase.
Good.
So
Good.
that's what I'm doing for my English.
Okay. Then if you're having good luck with speaking, make sure you do it more often. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
are reading books,
Mhm.
read them out loud. Don't
Oh,
read
yeah.
them silently, read them out loud.
Mhm.
Even if no one's around, it doesn't matter. Just read it out loud.
Yeah. I'm doing that because
Good. Okay.
my goal is to speak English. So when I read books, I always check pronunciation symbol. So that's why I take me too long time to read one page. But I
So you're
think
reading them online because you said there's a symbol. You're reading them online?
reading them online, pronunciation
Yeah.
symbol.
Yeah. How are you seeing a pronunciation symbol in a
Ah,
book?
I look up the dictionary or Google.
Okay.
I check so many things because sometimes their pronunciation symbols different.
Okay.
Mm.
Which dictionary are you using?
Actually, Korean dictionary
Don't.
first.
No.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
and then when
No.
I when I s- so, when I doubt, I check English dictionary, and I'm using Google as well.
Okay. Sometimes Google is good.
Mm,
It's easy. But what I have always encouraged my students to use is Merriam-Webster.
mm.
Stop using your Korean translation
Yeah, yeah.
because you're making your brain go through an extra process of
Mm.
seeing it in English, trying to understand
Oh.
it, then
Mm.
going to Korean, and then going back to English, and then getting it into your head in English and Korean. Make the connection, English to English.
And there's one more. Sometimes they made the mistranslation.
Yeah. So,
So
yeah.
I don't believe the dictionary
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Merriam-Webster is a
Mm.
good one. I've used it for years, and I've used it
Mm.
with my students.
Mm.
They publish online a very, very small version of a dictionary. They also publish a thesaurus. Now, a dictionary is going to give you meaning. A thesaurus is going to give you similar words.
Oh. Mm. Good.
So, when I was teaching in class, this is what I used to bring to class and make students look up things.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm.
So for students, they package two books together, and students would buy them. But they do have a very short version online. So try and use an English, totally English, try and understand it. If you don't, if you still can't figure it out, write it in your book. And the next time you call a tutor, ask. That's why we're here.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. The same thing with phrases, the same thing with idioms. If you don't understand them, write them down. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. But
But
mostly I think I found the answer, but there's a few times.
and if you don't know how to pronounce it, look up a website like howtopronounce.com.
Oh, thank you. I
So
will
there's
try.
lots of things. Yeah, there's lots of things that you can read and lots of things you can look up. There's a huge number of free sources online.
Good, sounds good. Then next time, what do you recommend me doing?
I normally do one of two things depending on what a student wants. Normally, I encourage lessons because I think it gives you a routine and it
Right.
gives you situations, questions that you wouldn't normally think of.
Yeah.
So, like Cambly's lessons, honestly, I think they're pretty good. Every lesson is about one topic. So you get to explore it before you move on to the next one. And I suggest you do a lesson. If you really want pronunciation help, then I've done readings with my students where I open up an article online and then you read it to me and I correct your pronunciation. So there's also that. And with some of my students, I alternate. One day we do a lesson, one day we do a reading, one day we do a lesson, one day we do a reading. Because I know a lot of tutors do free conversation. And I don't normally do that because I think you're not going to learn anything from me when I'm just talking, because
Right.
I am making my words more basic so that you can follow what I'm saying. So you're not going to learn anything new from
Right.
me. You'll get a chance to speak, but you're not going to learn a whole lot. I want you to learn something. That's my basic idea. If you are spending money on this platform, I would like you to walk away and say, I learned one good thing today, or two good things, or three good
Right.
things, but I learned something. So that's my point. That's my perspective.
Oh, I think one day for pronunciation and the other day is for topic. That
Okay.
would be good.
Okay. All right. All right.
When
I think
you
push yourself. Push yourself.
Okay.
Read more than kids' books.
Okay. And when you use Cambly material, do I have to choose the topic or you suggest me?
Let's pull up one and you can see what it looks like. So you have never done a lesson on Cambly? Never?
One or two times,
Okay.
but mostly I didn't.
Okay. All right. This is starting out. There are 5 levels of lessons on Cambly. Okay. This is right in the middle. Okay. So let's see how you like it. And this is about food. And let's see if you think it's too hard, too easy. Let's try. So can you read this page for me, please?
For 1, vocabulary, categories of food, names of foods, speaking, foods you like, foods you want to eat. 3, grammar, would like. 4, role play, using would like in food-related scenarios.
Okay. Did you understand all that?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Anytime you have any questions, make sure you ask me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So go ahead and read and look at the question, answer, and then we can talk.
Okay. What is your favorite food? One of my favorite food was pasta, but as I get older, I think I can digest well.
Oh, okay.
And I was
Diagnosed.
diagnosed. I was diagnosed with pre-diabetes, so
Oh,
I'm watching myself not eating too much carb.
too many carbs. Too
Oh,
many
too many
carbs.
carbs. Oh.
Yeah. So can you still eat pasta at all?
No, I sometimes enjoy, but I'm trying not to eat much carbs.
Many
carbs.
Many. Yeah.
But we are running out of time.
We're running out of time. Okay.
Yeah, and I like this way.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
next time, let's do it.
Perfect. All right. It was nice to meet you, and I'm glad you contacted me. So.
And I'm glad to meet you.
Okay. Same
You
here.
are best.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Bye-bye. It was nice to see you. Bye-bye.